Biolit, enlighten, uncover, integrate, because life is never separate from knowledge.
The Great Fire of London, Janet Hardy Gould.
It is the year 1666. London is an old city with lots of narrow streets. A lot of people are ill because there are rats in all the streets and the houses. One evening, a baker, Thomas Farrier, and his daughter, Harriet, are making bread. It is late. "We must work quickly," says Thomas. "We need this bread for the king in the morning." Just then, Mary, the baker's maid, comes in. "You're late, Mary," says Thomas. "Sorry, Mr. Farrier," says Mary. Thomas, Harriet, and Mary make bread for 2 hours. Then Mr. Farrier's wife, Anne, calls down to them. "Time for bed, girls," she says. "We're just finishing," says Harriet. Harriet and Mary go up to bed. Thomas takes the bread from the oven. "Good. The fire is nearly out now," thinks Thomas. Thomas calls Anne. "What are you doing?" It's very late. Thomas goes up to bed, but he doesn't close the oven door. An hour later, the baker's shop is on fire. "Wake up, girls. Wake up," cries Anne. "The house is on fire. Quick. Open the window," says Thomas. "Let's go up on the roof." Thomas jumps to the house next door. Anne and Harriet follow him, but Mary stays on the roof of the baker's shop. "Jump over here," they all cry. "Jump." "I can't," says Mary. "I'm afraid." It is the year 1666. London is an old city with narrow streets, where many people are ill and rats fill the houses and roads. One evening, a baker, Thomas Farrier, and his daughter Harriet are making bread. "We must work quickly," says Thomas. "We need this bread for the king in the morning." An hour later, the baker's shop is on fire. "Wake up. The house is on fire. I can't. I'm afraid." The fire in this story does not simply begin, it spreads. And spread is not a word we use only for fire. In biology, it describes how diseases move, the spread of infection. In a crowded city like London, disease spreads from one body to another, just as fire moves from one house to the next. Fire and disease.